How you doing, everybody? ABC Action News Chief Meteorologist Dennis Phillips. So right on cue, the Hurricane Center has indeed issued the first advisory for our tropical depression. And the track you can see right above me. At this point, the models were trending this way, and we've been saying it now for about 18 hours, way to the west of the Bay Area, more in line of the Panhandle. Now you see the cone of uncertainty, still also way to the west of the Bay Area. The track really isn't much in doubt at this point. The bigger issue is intensity. And the Hurricane Center is indeed developing this to a hurricane before landfall in the Panhandle. Now I will tell you, there's a lot of things going against it in terms of it's not going to have a ton of time to really blow up. I think people see a track like this, they immediately think of Michael, which went from a 1 to a 5. This is not a Michael. What this is a storm that's just getting its act together and rapidly moving northward once it starts to move. Michael was already a hurricane before it moved north. So how does this impact the Bay Area? Well, let's say it's on the east side of this cone of uncertainty. We'd still see tropical storm force winds and some heavy rain. If it's more in the center, the effects would be limited. We may see a tropical storm warning or watch for the Bay Area. My gut is if this track verifies, you're probably talking 35 to 45 mile an hour winds with some pretty heavy rain at times. Rule number 7, very much in effect for the Bay Area. Still could see some coastal flooding, but with the track this far west, obviously that really limits the threat. So it's good news for the Tampa Bay area right now. We have seen tracks change before, so we're not completely out of the woods, but certainly it looks pretty good, all right? Now, if you live in the Panhandle, obviously this is a track that you're a little more concerned with. A Category 1 hurricane upon landfall, certainly things that you've seen many, many times. We've said this from the beginning. Tropical systems typically want to go poleward to the north, and that's exactly what this one looks like it's going to do. There will be a trough coming in trying to accelerate it northward. So again, that's something that we'll have to watch for the Panhandle. Again, stressing this. There's the latest advisory, the first advisory. Things could change. They always do. But at this point, certainly very good news for the Bay Area. We'll get some rain, we'll get some wind, maybe a bit of water, but by far the most of it will be offshore. And I'll tell you, if you live east of I-75 and this track were to verify, you wouldn't get much of anything. Literally, that's the way this will play out. So that's the latest. We'll be updating again 24/7, making sure this system behaves itself. It will eventually become a dahlia, and at this point, we are looking at potential of a hurricane making landfall in the Panhandle, Big Bend toward the Panhandle, sometime on Wednesday.